keep up the positive forward motion. Today's topic is simple, as in simplicity. And I'm going to start this episode with a quick story. A businessman was vacationing on a beautiful island when he came across a fisherman lying lazily beside his boat, relaxing and soaking up the sunshine. "Why aren't you out fishing?" said the businessman. "Because I've caught enough fish for the day," said the fisherman. "Well, why don't you catch some more?" said the businessman. "What would I do with all the extra fish?" said the fisherman. "Well, you could sell it and earn more money," said the businessman. "Oh, why would I do that?" said the fisherman. "Well, then you could buy a bigger boat and go deeper in the ocean and get more fish and sell more. You could hire a crew and buy more boats. You could build a fishing empire and be a rich man like me," said the businessman. "Oh, what would I do then?" said the fisherman. "Well, then you could really enjoy your life and vacation on the beach in a beautiful island," said the businessman. Well, that story explains that more is not always better. And we have certainly had some major changes in our lives over the past 4 months. And for many of us, we've learned how to do without. As the world is starting to open back up, my wish for you is that you take note and reflect on what really matters, and that you continue to find joy and happiness with less stress. Today's topic is designed to help us remember that no matter what life throws at us, we can have less stress and find more joy and peace. And we can do this by focusing on the simple things in life and on what really matters. So today, I'm going to give you 7 ways to do just that. Keep your life simple so you can have more joy, love, and peace, both personally and professionally. So, number 1 is to be careful to not fill your calendar of unwanted and unnecessary activities and obligations. Practice saying no to excessive demands. This is something I learned a long time ago when my kids were in grade school. The business that I owned at the time kept me away from my family on weekends, and I felt guilty about that. So I would say yes to every request to volunteer at my children's school because I was thinking that I was making up for lost time. Well, all this did was create more stress, and you know what? It actually backfired because it gave me even less time with my children. As soon as I learned to gracefully and graciously say no, I was free of worry and stress, and I actually had more quality time to spend with my family. Number 2, get outdoors. When your mind is busy and you're starting to feel overwhelmed and stressed, simply taking a walk or sitting in nature is like hitting the reset button for your brain. Number 3, put distance between you and your critics. Our lives become extremely simplified when we don't have to defend ourselves to anyone. Evaluate your relationships and only give your time and energy to the ones that are caring, nurturing, and empowering and loving. Number 4, schedule free time for yourself and stick to it. So I wonder, during the pandemic, did you maybe learn how much you enjoy your quiet Friday nights all alone? Well, if that's the case, then keep that time for you because solitude can be soothing and you deserve it. Number 5, collect time and not things. Be careful of purchasing things that will clutter and complicate your life. A really good practice here is if you think you must buy that, whatever it is, walk away from it. Wait a week or two and then see how much you really, really need it. Okay? Because we are much better off when we have less things to worry about and more time to enjoy our life. And number 6 is slow down. Now that life is opening up again, ask yourself if you really need to fill every waking hour doing. This reminds me of that saying that we should be human beings because we are human beings, not human doings. Find ways to slow down and receive all that life has to offer. Go fishing, meditate, go for a walk, read a book, write a letter, plant a garden, cook a meal from scratch. Number 7, put play in your purpose. Your work can be fun. Find ways to be silly with your colleagues. Be silly with your children. Have fun. Play and play some more. Our lives become so much more simplified when we learn to laugh and be silly. So give yourself a break and have fun. As life begins to go back to somewhat normal, ask yourself, what have you learned? What have you learned that you can do without? Find ways to continue to simplify and slow down so that you can really enjoy your time on this earth. And I'm going to end with a quote from Socrates. I've lived long enough to learn how much there is I can really do without. If you would like a free PDF worksheet of this episode's action steps, you can find a downloadable link under each podcast episode on my website, denisescattergood.com. Don't forget to stay in the loop of all things positive forward motion by following me on Instagram and Facebook at Denise Scattergood, and you can find me on Twitter at Alert Trainers. To add even more positivity in your life, you can text the word positive to 31 31 31, and you'll have special messages from me sent directly to your phone. If you like this episode, please review and share the podcast to help us spread our message of positive forward motion around the world. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday for a brand new episode. As always, I'm wishing you continued success and happiness, both personally and professionally. And remember to keep up the positive forward motion.